he will meet the same fate as you.
I'm the monster. Everyone made that clear to me.
Not all DreamWorks villains are built the same. Some get folded by a raccoon, and others, you literally can't kill them.
Only works on mortals, and I am a spirit.
Today, I'm breaking down the 7 levels of DreamWorks villains, from complete frauds to straight-up nightmares. And trust me, by the time we hit level 7, this stops feeling like a kid's movie. Starting with level 1, meh. Total scum of the earth, right? The most pathetic of pathetic villains. Level 1 villains hide their insecurity behind their status or a fake smile. They're just egotistic tryhards, basically. They have no strategy, no grand plan, just evil for the sake of it.
I'm going to harness its power to pull off the greatest heist the world has ever seen.
A character type Professor Marmalade knows too well. He's a philanthropist, a literal saint in the eyes of the public. But the second that good boy facade slips, you realize he's just a manipulative rodent with a Napoleon complex.
You always did have panache, and yet you still fell right into my trap.
He's the type of villain who spends more time practicing his shock face in the mirror than actually planning the crime.
But now that I think of it, maybe it would be better to exploit his greatest weakness.
And when things go wrong, he doesn't adapt. He panics. When he tries to outsmart Wolf, it's not even a battle of wits. It's a battle of who can be more pathetic.
Look no further. Your hero has arrived.
Losing your entire reputation to a group of reformed criminals while being trapped in a tiny cage is the definition of zero aura. Then you have Gladys Sharp from Over the Hedge. How do you lose to a raccoon and a turtle while wielding a Depelter Turbo? All those years of neighborhood association dominance down the drain.
Hello, I need every business listing you have under exterminator.
Once these villains notice they're no longer in control, they get filled with pure rage. Imagine calling animal control on a squirrel. That's somewhere between a mental breakdown and a midlife crisis. These sore losers never pick on anyone their own size, and they always go down in the most humiliating way possible.
Oh, sir, please! It was that Verminator! He sold it to me!
The viewers hate them, the animals hate them, and for some reason, they always end up getting tackled by a bear or arrested in a suit. What's up with that? But here's the thing, as bad as level 1 villains are, at least they're honest about it. Level 2 villains? They actually think they're him, and that's where things start getting dangerous. Level 1 villains only embarrass themselves because they're insufferable. Level 2 villains, the mess villains, actually have a plan. Unlike level 1, these villains actually have ambition. They're aiming for control, conquest, or revenge. Lacking any real intimidation, however, they often rely on gadgets or main character energy to do the dirty work.
Dave!
A perfect example is Dr. Octavius Brine, also known as Dave from Penguins of Madagascar, who is the poster child for this. He's got the tragic backstory, being ignored at the zoo because the penguins were too cute. And he has the scientific genius to turn every penguin in the world into a monster. But despite all that power, he's still just a salty octopus who can't figure out how to use Skype.
Oh, maybe it was to show you this!
He's a mess because his villainy is rooted in a middle school grudge. You almost feel bad for him, but then he opens his mouth and starts making Nicolas Cage puns.
But he love you? No, but they'll despise you.
And you remember why he's stuck at level 2. Also, we can't overlook Titan from Megamind.
Gotcha! Woo! I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Bro is losing aura points everywhere he goes. Bro got Superman powers and used it to stalk his crush.
Good-looking one I've got my eye on currently.
That's not a villain, that's a walking red flag. To make up for being a total loser, he uses godlike powers to get the job done. But he's still just a simp with a cape. The best part about level 2 villains, though, is how they can give you a little jump scare from time to time.
More like under new management.
Seeing Titan slice a building in half made me think Megamind was cooked. But despite their firepower, they aren't smart or skilled enough to execute.
My super ears are burning.
Give these powers to a tougher villain, and they wouldn't spend their time carving their name into a city. Their tantrums are see-through and so laughable that even the protagonist finds them messy. Before we move into tiers where the villains actually have hands, hit subscribe. We're ranking every iconic cinema character, and you don't want to miss the next level. Done? Let's see if level 3 is any less tragic. Up to this point, these villains are messy, loud, and kind of embarrassing. But level 3? This is where the jokes stop, because now you're dealing with villains who don't play around. Level 3 villains give people a real scare. These villains are relentless hunters who don't care about your feelings or your hero's journey.
So, you ran away with the circus. What a cliché.
Take Madame Dubois from Madagascar 3 is a terrifying anomaly. She isn't just a police officer, she's a supernatural force of nature, masquerading as a French animal control agent.
Rome? Vive la France!
The way she crawls through walls and tracks sand through concrete is genuinely unsettling. She represents the unhinged professional, someone who is so good at their job that they become a villain.
Never fit in the carry-on. But his head will.
She doesn't want money, she wants a lion's head on her wall. That level of singular focus is problematic for anyone standing in her way. Moving on to Tai Lung.
So that is his name. Po.
A perfect fit for this level. He's infamous for his ruthlessness. Combined with his heritage, he's a formidable powerhouse. He even controls his own nerve strikes. What makes level 3 villains even scarier is how worthless they believe other lives are. I mean, come on.
It's nothing! There is no secret ingredient.
How do you convince Tai Lung that there's no secret ingredient? He's offering to destroy the Valley of Peace just for a scroll.
Help me!
These villains are higher tier threats who don't need magic, just pure, unadulterated hands. And if level 3 villains are already a problem, level 4 is where things get completely out of hand. Because now, you're not just dealing with dangerous people, you're dealing with forces. At level 4, though, is where the real danger begins. Literally, these villains are the heavy hitters, like Drago Bloodvist from How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Dragon Master.
Who is a monster of a man. He has dragon slaves. He's a conqueror who believes that fear is the only way to lead.
Toothless! Come on! What's the matter with you?
The scene where he stands on his massive bewilderbeast and commands a mind-controlled Toothless to fire, leading to Stoic's tragic death, is one of the darkest moments in DreamWorks history.
You see, I know what it is to live in fear.
Drago is terrifying because he has no empathy. He lost his arm to a dragon, so he decided to make the entire species suffer.
He's not yours anymore.
He's the physical embodiment of trauma turned outward. Also worth mentioning is Toad from Flushed Away.
Ice him! Ice them both!
Don't let the British accent in the tuxedo fool you. This guy is a psychopath.
Daddy will get rid of them all! He will!
He spent his life as a royal pet until he was replaced by a common rat, which led to a lifelong hatred of rodents.
When every last revolting rat is flushed away!
His plan wasn't just to rule the sewer. It was to drown every single resident in a massive wave of sewage during the World Cup. That's a level of spite that requires a specialized category.
While the poor boy's head was turned, I was cruelly punished.
He's purely intimidating because he has the resources of a king and the heart of a jilted lover. What makes level 4 villains terrifying is the scale of their destruction. They don't just want to win, they want to erase you. And somehow, it gets worse. Because everything we've seen so far, that's still grounded in reality. Level 5 throws all of that out the window. I wouldn't want to be caught dead in the same room as the level 5s. No way. At level 5, we have the magic-wielding villains. They have the power to create, destroy, and redesign reality.
Deserve a proper tribute!
Tazikal Khan from The Road to El Dorado is a fanatic. He doesn't just want power, he wants a cleansing.
And the city will be cleansed, even if I have to do it myself.
His ability to use dark magic to animate stone statues and control the elements makes him a god-tier threat in a world of mortal conmen. He's scarier than a soldier because you can't argue with a zealot who can make a jaguar out of rocks. His wide-eyed, toothy grin as he prepares a human sacrifice is the stuff of nightmares. For instance, General Kai
You may know me as the Beast of Vengeance.
From Kung Fu Panda 3. Kai is a collector. He doesn't just kill his enemies, he turns them into jade trinkets and steals their chi, their very soul.
Aha! You must be the Dragon Warrior.
Imagine fighting someone who can summon the spirits of every master you've ever respected to fight against you. Kai's theme music alone, that heavy rock riff,
Master Oogway
tells you everything you need to know about his aura. He spent 500 years in the spirit realm just stewing in his own hatred.
With your chi, I will finally be able to return to the mortal world.
That kind of longevity creates a villain who isn't just powerful, he's inevitable. Level 5 villains are a special kind of obsessed. But even with all that power, magic isn't what makes a villain truly terrifying. Because level 6 proves something scary. You don't need powers to be unstoppable. Level 6 villains are the ones you truly have to look out for. These villains are built differently. That's why this level's called the Menace. They may be mere mortals or close to it.
Fire!
But their skill and strength make them untouchable. At level 6, we have Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda 2, who is, in my opinion, the most well-written villain in the DreamWorks library.
As a start, I might also convert the basement into a dungeon.
He's a mere peacock, yet he managed to conquer a city and nearly destroy Kung Fu itself. How? Through technology and pure, unadulterated madness. Shen is a menace because he's unpredictable. He'll offer you a cup of tea one second and fire a firework-powered cannon at your face the next. His fight scenes are like a deadly dance, and his voice acting, shout out to Gary Oldman, drips with a sophisticated kind of evil that makes your skin crawl.
And I will take mine. Then China will know to bow before me.
He's the villain who truly forced the protagonist to find inner peace, because without it, Shen would have won.
Then I choose this!
Another strong contender is Pitch Black from Rise of the Guardians. Pitch is the boogeyman. He feeds on fear. He's a menace because he attacks the one thing children need most, hope.
And hated! It was stupid of me to mess with your dreams.
By turning the Sandman's dreams into nightmares, he creates a world of darkness.
A touch of fear.
He isn't just a guy in a cloak. He's the shadow under your bed. The way he whispers to the Guardians, picking at their insecurities.
People's greatest fears. Yours is that no one will ever believe in you.
Shows a level of psychological warfare that most villains can't touch. He's a menace because you can't punch a shadow, and you can't hide from your own fear.
Jack, your memories.
But I appreciate the effort the writers put into letting the protagonist win against such a menace. And then there's level 7. And I'm gonna be honest, this isn't even a fair fight anymore, because you're not facing a villain, you're facing the end. A feat that would be totally unachievable when it comes to the level 7 villains, the Apocalypse. These villains are indestructible. They're a force of nature itself. Death, the wolf from Puss in Boots. The Last Wish changed the game. He isn't a bounty hunter. He isn't a rival. He is literally death. And he's straight up.
I'm death. Straight up.
The moment he appears in the bar, whistling that haunting tune, the movie stops being a fun adventure and becomes a survival horror.
An arrogant little legend who thought he was immortal.
He's level 7 because he can't be killed. He is the only villain who made Puss in Boots, a character who has laughed in the face of giants and dragons, run away in genuine shivering terror.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Death doesn't care about your gold or your kingdom. It only cares about the fact that you're wasting your life. His presence is so overwhelming that he doesn't even need a final boss fight in the traditional sense. He wins just by existing. And finally, the Alpha Bewilderbeast from How to Train Your Dragon 2. This isn't just a big dragon. It's a dragon that controls the minds of all other dragons. It's a biological apocalypse. When Draco commanded this broken, abused Titan, he wasn't just using a weapon. He was using a reset button for civilization.
Strength of will over others.
The sheer scale of the Bewilderbeast, the ice it breathes, the tusks that can impale a mountain, places it in a tier of its own. It represents the ultimate physical threat. While death represents the ultimate spiritual threat. Together, they define the pinnacle of DreamWorks villainy. It takes a total change of heart or a miracle to move past a level 7 villain. They're way out of any Mortals League. That is the definitive breakdown of the 7 levels of DreamWorks villainy. It's clear that some of these antagonists just hit different. But now I want to hear from you. Which DreamWorks villain do you think was placed in the wrong level? And where would you put them instead? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like it and watch our next video on the screen.